Sentry versus Molecule Man. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna try to make a quick pause to read and read these up here. Now, Molecule Man is asking him, how are you able to control molecules? I'm only able to control molecules, and Sentry is forcing him to go ahead and restore everything back to Earth. As soon as he did, Sentry says, be gone. Basically, go away. And that is what happened to Molecule Man. He basically was dispersed, and he's saying right here at the bottom, he can control his own molecules in his own world. This man is that something.
When the Sentry does this and this, he's the Void. And he can only do that type of shit when he's the Void. Right here is when he's the Sentry. Here's the difference between the two. So let's correct a few things. Let's look at Dark Avengers issue 12. So right here is when Sentry became the Void. This is Sentry, aka the Void, coming to fight Molecule Man. You can tell he's the Void right now because of his eyes. So bam, he hits some shit, right? Molecule Man, like, you're in my world, Sentry. He kills Sentry, right? They try to nuke Molecule Man, but Molecule Man stopped that shit. Sentry, aka this is Void right now. Look at the eyes. Comes back to life. He forces Molecule Man to bring back everything that he did. Then he tells him to go away. Bam, he kills him. So right here, the Void is explaining that he learned something today. He can control the molecules of his world. That's how I do what I do. I never knew that. How could I? No one could. Not Reed Richards, not Tony Starks. All they knew was I was different. We're all different, Bob. What the hell's going on? 1 minute we're but Hawkeye shut it. We're all different. Now I can see how and why. Now I can control it. Look at his eyes. They still black. So bam, that's the whole panel. You can pause the reading. I'm finna zoom in on part. So right here at the panel, his eyes are still black. Then right here, his eyes go blue, right? Then he says, I cannot die. You say it like it's a bad. You see right here, this when he comes back to waking up. Now he's the Sentry. His eyes ain't black. They thank him for saving them, and then his ass like, I saved you? And then he leaves off because he don't even remember. Now, how do I know that? Hold on. Because in the next issue, it tells us, issue 13, the secret of the Sentry. Let's go ahead and look at it. We meet up with his wife. She tells us his backstory. He was a junkie. He snuck into a lab and he took this serum. That's how he got his powers. He kept taking it too, like a junkie. Because that's exactly what it is. It's my fault too. I got swept up in. I was convinced I married a Superman. Where did his power actually come from? What did the serum actually do to him? Did it break his DNA? Did he break through to the next step in man? Was he a god? Was he even human? Was he possessed? I didn't want the answer. I'm married to an honest-to-God monster, a drug addict, mentally ill, murdering monster who blames all his sins on the boogeyman. But even that don't make sense. Bob was not and never would not be that guy. He wasn't wired that way. He was something else. So that answered the question, right? Who is the Sentry? Who is the Void? I think his energy came from something of maybe biblical proportion. King in Black issue 1, Noel appeared, Sentry go fight. Comes to find out Noel is the Void. Oh my God, he's going to, the Void, you release him, and child. I am Noel, Lord of Abyss. Sentry, Bob! God of the symbiote. The darkness inside of you, that darkness bows to me. I am the Void. Then he kills him. Back to issue 13 of Dark Avengers. You see the eyes, right? They black. So his wife says she should have killed him on her wedding night. Then you get this black bubble saying, obviously it hurts to hear you say that. Hey! Linda, you're not taking the easy way out of this marriage. I want some more of these theories of yours that are hilarious. Please, please let me go. Please. You want out of this? You really want to get away from me? Is that what you want? Please. You're only still here because he loves you, and he does. And you've done nothing but betray him. He told you his darkest secret. You see me as the enemy. You're the enemy. You're the betrayer. You made a promise. Linda, you're a liar. Please just let me go. Please just kill me. Only because you were polite enough to beg me. No, you promised. We had a deal. Not her. You don't touch her. That was then. She asked me to. She flat out begged. No, you don't touch her. I think we all can agree at this point that your life will be much easier without her. No! She's only made it more complicated. No! She doesn't love you anymore. You don't touch her. As always, you will thank me later. No! Now you see how much he loves you. What are you doing, Robert? You know you can't run from me. You tried that before. Robert, this isn't going to work. What do you think you're going to accomplish? You tried to make the world forget me exist. That didn't work. You tried to pretend that I didn't exist, hoping what? That I go away? You tried to kill me. Nothing. You flew all the way to another planet. That didn't work. And now this? You've tried this shit. Pop, what are you gonna do? Robert, no. You kill yourself to get rid of me? This is an act of coward. You're only proving her point. You want to be a hero. This is hardly what heroes do. This is what cowards do. But that's okay. I'm not judging you. I'm not telling you what you already know now. See, you're not a hero. You're me. You're a fort. Linda was right. You're part of something bigger than both of them. You are God. And Robert, I hate to be the one to tell you this, to you especially now, since went to all this trouble, but this isn't gonna work. You don't want it enough. You're just punishing yourself to punish yourself. Now what you should be doing is listening to that mop of a wife of yours. She's making sense. You're angry because she was right. You're not a hero. You're not. Who wouldn't want to be a superhero? You're not. You're me. And instead of fighting me with no result, you should just take a step back and look at what you accomplished as the Sentry. Nothing has happened. You made a mess out of everything you come near. All you have to do is sit back and let me do what I do. Now you know the difference between the Sentry and the Void.